ちます。せーの、準備完了。
一瞬で潰して。私に力を貸して。私に力を貸して。私に力を貸して。見事な攻撃でしたわ。
Hey guys, Misery here, back with another Cesian video, and today we have an insane E0 Narja showcase, displaying how good she can be as a main DPS and not just a support or a buffer. But let me know down below what your guys' thoughts on Narja is so far, and if you like her, are you skipping her? Do you think she's really good, the best support in the game? Because I'm really curious what people think about her and where everybody's standpoints are on her, and yeah. I hope this video is informative and maybe some things I do in this video can shed some light on how to properly play her as a DPS, or if you want to build her as a sub DPS. So yeah, I hope this video helps you out. But something else that might help you out is lootbar.gg. Lootbar is a third-party top-up platform that can provide safe and affordable Chaos Zero Nightmare crystals and kits. They offer affordable pricing that is up to 11% cheaper than the official in-game store, and new users get a coupon on top of that for 10% off. The same amount of in-game crystals that would cost me $100 through the official store only cost me $78 on Lootbar, nearly saving me $22. They have a self-top-up process, so it's very user-friendly, and they have a fast delivery so you don't have to be stuck around waiting and can get right into the action. They are a trustworthy service offering guaranteed refunds up to 7 days after the sale and safe trades for all your transactions. Trustpilot shows them at a 4.9 star rating out of 5, and the platform is liked by tons of users having a bunch of good reviews. Don't miss out now. Sign up through my link in the description or pinned comment down below and you'll get another 10% off coupon for new users. So as you guys see on the screen right now, I have her built as a DPS. So she scales off a defense, but I just put my main DPS set on her, which doesn't have too much defense, but she still hits really hard even with this set I have on her. So I have 729 attack, 286 defense, 494 health, 58.5% critical chance, and 201.8% critical damage. Ideally, you want to stack as much defense as possible if you can, because she scales off a defense. The higher defense you have, the more damage she's gonna do. But if you can't get defense, then attack and crit chance and crit damage will suffice for her damage output. And for my partner, I am just running a 4-star Alyssa max ego dupe, because as you read Alyssa's passive and the controller additional effect, it says the assigned combatant's defense is increased by 24%. So that is going to help Narja scale even better since she scales off a defense once again. And at the end of the battle, if you are having sustain issues, she's going to recover 6% health. But if you don't have Alyssa, which I'm not sure why you wouldn't, I'm pretty sure everyone has this partner, you can maybe use someone instead like Arwen. But the problem with Arwen is that Arwen increases the assigned combatant's health and heal amount by 12%. It doesn't heal no defense, which Narja scales off of. And then onto her saved data. So this deck is not ideal by any means. This deck is far from ideal, but the fact that she's doing this much damage and can out DPS some main DPS as a support, even not fully built, is just insane. So this was my very first Narja deck that I farmed. I have a few other decks for her now that I farmed a little for her, like this one, which is, you know, a lot more ideal than the last one I just showed you, because ideally you want 4 Shackles of Hunger. That's like her important card. That's basically like Serennial's homing laser for Narja. That's the one you want to get 4 of and dupe the most if possible. For DPS Narja, that is. For support Narja, you still want 4 Shackles, but you just want a Divine Epiphany on it instead of just the regular base Epiphany. This is the deck that I'm going to be showcasing in this video, just to show that you don't need an ideal deck or like an insane deck, because I'm missing out on so many things in this deck here. Like this Bottomless Hunger, I duped this because it was my only Narja choice when I was doing the run, and I didn't know if it stacked or not, but it does not stack. It just increases the turn duration. It doesn't increase the defense based damage, so you don't want to dupe that one. And then as you can see from my voluntary control and my domain of veracity, they don't even have epiphanies on them. And I even got Spirit Key Fox on this because I wanted to test it out, but this is like the only monster card that I would recommend taking in decks. Yeah, Spirit Key Fox, best monster card in the game in my opinion. And yeah, as you can see from my gear on this one, I got the Verdant Day on odd turns, plus 8% attack and plus 12% defense. So this is going to be buffing Narja's defense on odd turns like 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. and giving her more defense for her to scale off of. Yes, it's only on certain turns, which is not ideal unless you get the mythical variant of this equipment accessory, which is a lot more rare. The mythic one is any turn, it's always up, permanent, increased defense and attack. And then for my chest piece, I got the plus 6% critical chance because, you know, it's DPS Narja. She's going to want crit chance and crit damage, attack, defense, just all the main DPS stats that you want when building Narja as a DPS. And then for my weapon, I got the dagger that gives plus 12% critical damage. Once again, more damage for DPS Narja. Going over to her potentials, my potentials aren't ideal and nowhere near maxed out. And you'll see how much damage she can actually do without having to be maxed out or ideal. Because if we go over to her last node here, I'm missing a bunch of extra attack and damage buffing from this Veracity node, because you get plus 10% damage amount to Veracity, and if Narja's defense is greater than 300, it gets a plus 20% damage amount to Predation. So that is a lot of extra damage buffing that I'm missing out on. I could get it right now. I was waiting off till finishing this video before maxing out her potentials, just to show that you do not need her fully maxed out for her to perform good. So 3 2-piece sets are going to be best for her. The 4-piece and sync sets are absolutely trash on her. You do not want to run those on her. For DPS Narja, you want 2-piece critical damage, 2-piece attack damage, and 2-piece defense damage. All those are going to help with her damage output. And then for support Narja, you want 2-piece defense set, 2-piece HP set, and 2-piece attack set. But you don't need the attack set. It's just going to be a little extra damage. She will be just fine on a 2-2 set, on the 2-piece defense, and on the 2-piece max HP set. Because if you're running her support, you don't really need attack. It's just going to be extra that you can get because you're going to have 2 free open slots. So you might as well if you can, but like I said, not needed. And then like I said before, I have her manifest ego 0. I do not have any dupes on her, just because, you know, she is good, but she's not a unit that I want to go all in for or get dupes for. Before she even came out, I had a sneaking suspicion that she was just going to be a one and done unit, one copy, no dupes needed. And so far, I seem to be right because she's an amazing unit at E0. I'm going to be showcasing how much damage she can actually do in this video. So starting off, we are going to go to Basin floor 10 and we're going to test her out there. Okay, so luckily this rotation of Basin has an instinct boss and instinct waves, so we are going to be using her in team 1 against 10th Basin this rotation. So if we go over to my decks, I'm going to be using Veronica and Ray. I have Veronica on a draw power and AP set, 0 cost repos with 1 AP, 3 of these. So this is going to be my AP generator and my draw generator, supporting Narja for her to do more damage and gain more cards. And then same with Ray, she's just on a 1 card deck, but this 1 card is an upgrade and it's going to help Narja because she has 1 cost damage cards. If we go over to my Narja deck, I'm running these DPS attack cards, 1 cost. So that is going to help and apply to those. I'm just going to be showcasing the first half of Basin 10. The second team, doesn't matter, I'm not going to be showing it. And yeah, let's get into it.
いいよ、全部飲み込んで。
いい香りでしょ。打ちます。
戦う終わってないよ。何を私に力を貸して、私に力を貸して。
And then next, I'm going to be showcasing Narja against the Void Memory Fragments boss. Has around 12.3k health, I think, which is, I think, the highest boss out of all of these Memory Fragment stages. And I don't have affinity bonus, so I just wanted to show that she can beat this and do good damage against non-instinct units. Going to be the same decks that I ran in Basin. My Veronica, my Ray, and my Narja. So yeah, let's get into it.
何をすれば私に力を貸して、私に力を貸して、 私に力を貸して。
せーの、準備か。いい香りでしょ。うちも頑張ってください。
強化された力を見せてやる。
おうち、コアレスキー今日これで
まだ足りない。
うちも集中。
戦う。まだいいよ。全部飲み込んでる。何を私に力を貸して。そこまで大した活躍じゃなかったと思うけど。
And then lastly, I wanted to showcase Narja in the new Abyss game mode that came out a few weeks ago. That is a lot harder in the battle missions than the hard and normal mode. We're going to be showcasing Narja in this battle mission B5-2, this last one in chapter 2. Same decks like I said from before. These enemies are instincts, so they're going to be taking a lot more damage, and you're really going to see how much damage Narja can actually do. So let's get into it.
何をすればいい。強化された力を見せてやる。
呼びました。流れを感じます。
まだ足りない。戦う準備はで。何をすればいいの。戦う。果てしない苦痛。何をすればいいの。戦う準備はできている。私に力を貸して。
見事な攻撃でした。
何をする。私に力を貸して。いいよ。全部飲み込んでる。戦う。一瞬で潰してあげる。
おちちゅーちゅー。このベロニカには夢。
まだ何を。無駄なこと。私に力を貸して。
撃ちます。集中。
戦う。まだいいよ。全部飲み込んでる。果てしない苦痛。一瞬で潰してあげる。
皆さん気をつけて。
何。
コアレスキー今日これで。
まだ足りない。戦う。果てしない苦痛。何を。私に力を貸して。いいよ。全部飲み込んでる。私に力を貸して。
せーの、準備。いい香りでしょ。
戦う。まだ一瞬で潰してあげる。何を。私に力を貸して。そこまで大した活躍じゃなかったと思うけど。
But yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the video. I hope this video was informative and helped you guys out. If it was, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me down below what you want to see next. If you have any video ideas for Narja you want me to do or cover. But until then, take care, peace, and be safe.